スーパーレディオブラザーズ
It's time for the Super Radio Brothers. I think the one just had an accident.
Yes, we are back as if there was any doubt. Broadcasting from strategic locations all across the empire, it is the Super Radio Brothers. What's up, Super Radio Father?
I don't
and
know.
Super Radio Trent?
Where do you have me? Nothing much. He just took the blindfolds off of me, so I don't know where I'm at.
Whoa. Yeah. Trent, actually, I don't want my dad to know where the studio is, so every time we come here, I blindfold him.
That's crazy,
Oh, wow.
right?
Yeah.
That's very cool, right?
That's very cool. It's top secret location.
With the animals out there and the lizards and the frogs.
Well, you were just talking about a battle with a frog you had in your car last
Oh,
week.
my God. You should have seen him. I didn't even know he had a sword. He had a sword and a shield and everything.
And I was just reading a comic book with the mighty Throg.
The mighty Throg?
Yeah, there's actually, in Marvel Comics, there's a frog who's also Thor. So can you imagine that?
We'll talk about Thor later.
Comic books. Oh, did you see Thor?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. We have, that's, I can't believe it. All right, we'll have a super.
You can't believe it.
We are going to have a Thor review from Super Radio Father later on in the show. Trent, how you doing, man? Is everything all right over there?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Just same stuff, different day, and yeah.
Are you getting the most out of that Sirius satellite boom box you got?
Holy
You're bragging
mackerel.
about.
Oh yeah, we'll be talking about that
Oh.
during the couch report. Yeah, I already had one problem with it.
Uh-oh.
So,
Oh, boy.
we can talk a little bit about that. We can dissect everything.
Maybe we should
And,
change the name of the couch report to the complain report.
Yes. Wow, I got a lot of things to complain.
Yeah.
That's what irks you, right, Trent?
Oh yeah, that's what irks you. There's no doubt about that. It's very nerve-wracking when you buy something and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's the worst.
I feel like crying sometimes.
I do cry often.
It's kind of like Rich Carroll the third. No matter what he does, it doesn't work. It's
Here we go. Here we
go.
go. I knew it was. I was waiting for it. But you know what does work around these parts?
the news.
What? This guy is on top of it. That's a real newsman.
Oh, my God. This
right
guy's
there.
He has ESPN.
ESPN. Wait a second. What?
What?
Trent, he said you have ESPN. I'm trying to
I
figure
do
out.
have ESPN on in the background right now.
Oh, you're right.
Thank you.
So that means you have ESP, extrasensory
yeah.
perception. You knew that he had.
Oh yeah, I knew. I mean, that's a given. This is how you start this crap. The news, and
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about news. Okay,
And
come on.
great use of words there. This is how we start this crap.
That's
right
right,
after
man.
the toilet.
yeah, that's the whole reason I used it.
Wow, this guy's good.
I'm telling you.
He's all over it. Anyway, let's get it started. This reminds me of my childhood. This headline. Check out this headline, guys. Poop in the pool. That's it. I'm just kidding.
Hey, that's a baby root. No, it's not.
But it's a candy bar. Would you eat a candy bar floating in the pool?
Only one person did, and that was in Caddyshack.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, there's no way in the world I would eat that.
No.
Nope.
I mean, I would have to inspect it first, person. I'm not just going to
Inspect
pick
it.
it.
I wouldn't even touch it.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
If it had peanuts in it, it'd be hard to resist. For me.
I don't know. I said, shit. I ate peanuts yesterday. Nah, I ain't picking that up.
But authorities in Italy have pulled the plug on 10 popular water parks after finding vast quantities of fecal bacteria in the pools. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, police carried out tests at 288 locations around the country and identified problems with almost a third of the water parks, including health, hygiene, and security issues, mostly in southern and central Italy. Oh my goodness. And that's not all. Police seized a lot of food that was bad at these parks. So
Did they check the people that were in the water?
They could have, but it's not the people. If the people eat bad food in the park and then they poop in the
They
water.
say, yeah, all right, let me go take a shit in the water.
Hey, this is why you go to that's why you go to the bathroom. Go ahead and take your crap before you get in the water.
Yeah, well, but that's the whole thing, right? That's what I wanted to bring up. This whole public pool situation. I just don't trust it, man. I can't get in a public pool, especially when you show up and you see 13 kids, and you know they're all peeing in the water.
Oh, hell
Of course they are.
They won't admit it, but it's true.
Yeah, Trent, are you do you frequent public pools or is
no,
this, no,
no? It's a funny story. So whenever I was in public school, we before I went to the school for the blind in St. Augustine, we actually took field trips to. They had a local high school swimming pool here in the down where I lived in my hometown. So we went over there, and legit, there was one time where we were all swimming in the pool, having a good time. All of a sudden, the lifeguard, blows a whistle to get everybody's attention. It says, "Okay, somebody went to the restroom in the pool. Everybody get out. Time to inspect it." That's exactly what happened. I'm like, man, I knew this day was going to come at some point. I'm just glad it wasn't me.
I knew this day would come.
Yeah, I dreamed about this. I really did.
Yeah, can you imagine having that dream and then it actually happens?
I knew this shit was going to happen one day.
Oh, pun intended. There, man.
I actually, believe it or not, funny story, and we're going to get to sports later, but last week I actually had a dream that Aaron Hicks hit a home run, but it didn't come true. It was the most ridiculous dream, and he was my friend. I'm serious.
Poor Aaron Hicks.
Oh, yeah. God.
He's getting booed so bad. The Yankee fans are giving it to him.
He's not even playing today.
But we'll get to sports a little bit, and we'll kill Aaron Hicks and the Yankees, stinky Yankees, and all that. But first about these stinky public pools. I was always a bit worried about, at least now in my adult age, but as a kid, I was always getting those pools. I would pee in them. I mean, no, I would worry about other people peeing in them. And
then you dive and open your eyes under there.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man.
And sometimes you take a big gulp by accident.
Holy shit. And this guy's next to you going, oh.
Yeah, just letting it out. Yeah. And you could tell by looking at people's face if they're peeing.
They look happy after a couple of seconds.
Yeah. And if you swim next to them, they're thinking, that idiot, he just swam through my pee.
Damn, this part of the pool is warm, man. It's not cool.
Today I can't do public pools. And Trent, almost as bad as public pools. Now, this is where it reminds me of my childhood, and you would know this well, is the beach in the Bronx. What beach am I talking about?
Orchard Beach.
Orchard Beach, Trent. And you never knew what you would see in that water.
In Spanish, they call it Playa de los Mojones.
Which is a beach of shit?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you mentioned the beach because, I don't know if you guys have ever been down to Sarasota or Siesta Key, but there are beaches down here that are shut down due to excessive poop levels.
Now we know where you live.
Trent, you just gave away your strategic location. What were you thinking?
Now I just got to find out where I'm at.
Yeah, he was blindfolded when we came to the studio, so it's that old trick.
So there, the Department of Health in Sarasota has declared a no swim advisory for 3 beaches in Sarasota. So there has been over an eighth of the beach is filled with bacteria in Lido Key or wherever that is. I don't even know where that's at.
Oh, maybe it's not near you.
And this took place 2 weeks after the same no swim restrictions were lifted.
So it must have been those people.
Well, I got to tell you, I can sympathize because we grew up with Orchard Beach and Trent. Let me tell you, I remember being a kid, right? And I'm in the water, and all of a sudden, floating by me were dentures. Somebody's teeth. I swear, there's some teeth. And then I scooped it up with the bucket, and I showed it to my parents. I was like, look at what I found in the water. Somebody's teeth.
Yeah, I still have mine, so I didn't need that.
They call it enteric bacteria, and basically enteric bacteria is it comes from mammals, the intestinal tracts of mammals supposedly, but it can also come from sewage spills. Well, according to the Department of Health, there were no sewage spills reported in these beaches. So, I mean, there's only one other place that this bacteria can come from. So
The world's a horrible place. I mean, you can't even enjoy the beach anymore.
Well, see, the thing is, one time, my family, thankfully I didn't go with them, but they went over to
I'm glad I didn't go with them. That's cool. You know?
You're funny, Trent.
What? I said, thankfully I didn't go with them.
I'm glad I wasn't with them.
I didn't go.
Better than me.
Yeah, I didn't go, so you know.
Yeah, I didn't go.
Yeah.
No, I was not around at this time.
All right.
But anyway, there was my family had a couple family members go to Bradenton Beach. Well, unfortunately, they went to Anna Maria Island when the red tide was high.
Whoa.
And the red tide was extremely active. So they went over there, and they couldn't get in the water for the entire week. They were only able to swim in the pool, and they had to cut their trip short because of it. Well, this obviously isn't red tide. This is, poop-related
It's
bacteria.
shit. What is red tide like lava? Was there a volcano?
Must have been diarrhea. Had
That's
to
a
be
good question.
diarrhea.
It was diarrhea.
It was diarrhea.
Yeah, that's what red tide is.
Yeah,
it's not
there you
regular
go.
poop. It's diarrhea.
Yeah, the big fish come here. Yeah, let me lay this thing right here.
Yeah, the animals are sick, man. It's
In
because
the cabeza or in the butt?
in the butt, of course. It's because of what people do to the ocean, man.
Unbelievable.
It's not cool.
No, man.
We pollute the ocean, we pollute the sky, and birds are dying and fish are dying.
One planet. Take care of it, man.
Honeybees are gone, which means there's going to be no more food.
And the butterflies
apparently.
are going down, too.
Yeah, but butterflies, they're useless. Who cares?
God, they're beautiful, man.
They're beautiful.
What's the matter with you?
They're beautiful.
I'm hurt now. I'm hurt.
But I can definitely sympathize with dirty beaches because, I grew up with Orchard Beach, and then we would have to drive. How far was Jones Beach?
Oh, Jones Beach, about 45 minutes, an hour.
Yeah, and sometimes even longer than that because
my
of
God,
traffic and everything.
Millions of people.
Yeah, so,
You got to
Yeah,
drag
in my strategic location, the difference is I live about an hour and some change away from the beach, but it's all on back roads, so there's very little traffic.
No, you don't have to worry about that.
They're dragging two kids in the sand. The sand is hot. The munchies, the food.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
That's one of the things, as a kid growing up in the Bronx, we weren't really near any kind of beaches or anything like that. So that's why living in Florida is so different.
Yes, we lived in the concrete jungle.
You're in the jungle, baby.
There you go,
You're
man.
gonna die. Isn't that what he says?
Welcome to the jungle.
You're gonna die. All right. So let's see. What else do we have? This was pretty interesting. We all know about this. We talk about it every week. The situation with rising costs of fuel and food and all of that. Well, France is taking a major step here. I didn't even know this was possible. France is looking to make it legal to use cooking oil as fuel in a bid to battle costs of living during this crisis.
But what did the city smell like?
Well, what is I can't cook.
That's oil, man.
What does cooking oil smell like? Does it smell like something?
Well, are they using the oil before they cook or after they cook it?
No, they're using it for fuel. He's not following. Trent.
So they're not bloody cooking it then?
No. They're going to use cooking oil for fuel, which I assume would be involved in combustion. So maybe they are heating it up.
Is it corn oil or
Heat it up.
Yeah, it's cooking oil. Cooking oil. Is that the same as corn?
No.
You're the world famous Michelin chef here, so
nah.
Michelin.
Yeah.
Michelin, I'm tired.
How many Michelin stars do you have, Dad?
I'm so tired, man. What?
How many Michelin stars do you have?
None.
Oh, you lost a couple of them.
I lost a couple of stars, man.
He lost his Michelin stars, Trent.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's
You know something, Trent? I didn't know that either.
There you go. So I think it's pretty interesting. Using cooking oil to power diesel engines has been illegal in France. I don't know what the situation in America is, but in July, France's parliament voted on a $20 million package in response to rising inflation and potential energy shortages. Although the bills still need to pass through the Senate, one of them will allow and endorse the possible usage of frying oil as fuel for vehicles. So not only could this provide relief for French wallets amid rising fuel prices, it could help limit pollution from diesel engines.
Wow, good for them, man.
Yeah, I want to use cooking oil in my car.
So do I.
I don't have a diesel engine, though.
No, where do we get the cooking oil? I guess Walmart or something.
I like in Back to the Future where they could use garbage. Remember that? Remember Back to the Future?
Yeah, but, you know, everything stinks already, man.
Maybe it purifies it. You know, maybe it makes it a little better. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe a little bit. What else you got, Trent?
Okay, so we're talking about water. Water has been a theme of this Super Radio Brothers newscast so far. That's very interesting. That's just me using deductive reasoning, like Rich Carroll the third. Never
I don't
knows.
even know what that means.
Yeah, I know. I rest my case. You proved my point.
Oh boy!
I don't know if it was a good point or a bad. Is that a compliment? I'm going to take it as a compliment.
It sounds like
you can take it however you want.
Thanks, Trent.
Sounds like
hey
Trent. That sounds like wind, baby.
No, he said water, not wind.
I say wind.
Okay,
it's gone over your head, son.
The elements, I guess we're dealing with.
Gone way over your head.
Yeah.
Anyway, have you heard of floating buildings, like cardboard buildings? Well, apparently, cardboard buildings are trying to help Dutch living, is what they say. So near Amsterdam, about 73 miles west of it, they are building these buildings that you can float. They're cardboard buildings. They're about 1.5 centimeters long or something like that. They're not very long, but they're on the water. And basically, what happens is you're floating down the river, and they're insulated, so they're probably nice inside. They're going to be used for hotel rooms. They're going to be used for events. What this company is trying to do is they are trying to increase Dutch waters or Dutch cities on the water. I can't talk tonight.
Oh,
so how about that? I mean, wouldn't you like to live in a city kind of on the water? I mean, that
no, because I'm afraid I would drown.
Oh man, hurricanes, whales,
Whales.
Are you kidding me?
That's his number 2 concern, Trent. Number 1 was hurricanes, and he went right to whales.
That's right. What a whale of a time we're going to have here tonight.
Well, I heard whales are smart, so they can devise a plan to mess your city up.
Yeah, you need to move your house, and I'm moving it for you.
Yeah, or I'm eating it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez.
A whale can swallow your water home.
That means I'll be in there, right?
But what if your home sinks? I mean, I think about the Cloud City in Star Wars. What if the city falls out of the clouds?
You're screwed.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me. They used to do that way back in the day when they had those huge blimps. What were they called again? Like the Hindenburg?
Hindenburg.
Where it's kind of like a flying club, people hanging out, bands playing, drinking. But guess what happened to the Hindenburg?
That's right, man. Look at that. They got a big bang out of that.
It blew up.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Trent. I'd rather just be on the ground. So we're not birds, and we're not whales.
Yes, we're not whales,
So
I don't know if I can swim in me no more.
So I don't know. Would you live out on the ocean, Trent? Is that something you'd be down with?
No, especially not during hurricane season. Not here.
And also now we found out that the water has a bunch of poop in it.
Oh
of
my
course.
gosh! So
we
you
learned
fall
so much
in the
about
water
tonight.
Oh, go ahead, Trent.
We learned so much about water tonight. I thought about going swimming tomorrow, but I don't think I will.
We ruined
it. Who knows? Let's see. Now, RC2, don't you have a pool at your house? I might have to come over and swim.
Yeah, yes, I do, but I don't poop in it.
I do. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
So damn, Rich, water's turning colors. What are you doing in there?
you gotta purify it. You gotta do something to take care of that water. But yeah, no, it's a scary thing. And speaking about poop water, I wanted to bring this up to you guys. And finally, here on Super Radio Brothers News, and this is pretty disgusting. But you heard me talk about it last week. I brought up Woodstock '99.
Yeah.
Which was...
Oh, yeah, about 45 minutes worth.
Yeah, I got another hour's worth of how dare you, Trent. I have another hour's worth of information to bring to you there.
Oh, shoot.
The irony of the Woodstock Festival being held at an abandoned military base, with nothing but concrete. But one of the things the most interesting things that media and the social media world are reacting to from the documentary is pretty disturbing, and I'm surprised I didn't bring it up last week. There's just so much to talk about with it. But if you remember Woodstock 94, it rained during that concert, and one of the most memorable images were people diving in the mud and full of mud and having fun that way. That I remember Green Day performing on stage and having a mud fight with the crowd. Well, at Woodstock 99, this place was so demented. By day 2, all of the porta potties had overflowed. There was just no room for any more human waste in these porta potties.
So, boy, I hate to have that job, boy.
So they started to overflow, but the people, a lot of these porta potties overflowed near the one area on this military base where there was grass. So the people thought this was mud, and they started jumping in it, and they're getting up full of all this brown mud that they think is just mud, but they were literally diving in shit. They were literally rolling around and sliding in shit, and not only
You've done that, haven't you?
Oh yeah, we used to do that in the Bronx all the time.
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah, let me go over this shit here. Let me get the hose and wet that.
No, we like to play in mud. I've played in mud, a couple of legit mud, not shit mud. Legit mud at a couple of Warped Tours, and definitely some football games.
Oh,
got very
definitely.
muddy.
Even my time, we used to play in the
those
mud and the snow. Oh.
That's when I was at my best, because I'm not a particularly fast guy, but I remember during one mud football game, I had a run back because I kept making moves and everybody kept sliding and falling in the mud.
Yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah, remember? Yeah,
I got it on tape.
I ran it back.
The thing is, he called the play, so it was a quarterback.
Oh, that's a different play, but yeah, that's when I was playing quarterback. Yeah.
He runs 65 yards, and they call holding.
Yeah, that was.
Then they called it back. So,
Holding.
Yeah, holding. So then another quarterback run. He ran 75 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, I ran it back. I took it to the house, Trent, on back-to-back plays. The first time it was called back for holding, and the second time I broke a couple tackles, spun off one guy, and those. Thanks for bringing that up, Dad.
Yeah, let's go, man. You hear me screaming. I have the tape, man. You know? But then the juniors coach says, "Oh, go for 2." The kid's tired.
That was awesome, man. You know, he took it and attempted to run it back. And
can you imagine me, Rich RC3 Lamar Jackson the third?
Oh, snatch!
Running it, the running quarterback in my youth. But it was just.
That's a pipe dream.
Well, it was a long time. It was. Right now, it's definitely a distant dream. That was a long time ago. But people took to social media after watching Woodstock 99 attendees bathing in poop. Here's one guy reacting on Twitter. Just finished watching that Woodstock 99 documentary on Netflix. The grotesque mismanagement, the poop water, the mob mentality, the lack of accountability. What a disgusting scene. Another person wrote, of the many things I'm grateful for, having the privilege to not drink and bathe in the poop water at Woodstock 99 is at the top of the list. One dude was brushing his teeth with the doo-doo water. That's another thing. So what,
Yeah, the mouthful of shit.
They had, I talked about it last week. He did. I talked about it last week where they were price gouging, right?
Just the way he said that was hilarious.
So back in '99, now I think a bottle of water at the store would be like $1.25.
Right.
Back in 1999, a bottle of water in stores was 65 cents. That's what they say in the documentary. And
that's how much you're worth.
How dare you, Trent? He's full of, again, I'll look at it as a compliment. 60, that's a lot of money, any worth. A lot of people aren't worth a damn. I'm worth 65 cents, according to my friends. But 65 cents a bottle of water back in 1999, right? You get into Woodstock, you're stuck there for 3 days. They're trying to charge $4 a bottle of water. By the final day, with scarcity of water, they were up to $6-8 a bottle of water. So you wonder why the people burned the place down to the ground and destroyed the place. They were so pissed at being taken advantage of. But the porta potty crap actually somehow found its way into the public drinking water that was there. So the people were taking showers and brushing their teeth with shit water.
Oh my God!
And one of the ladies in the documentary, she got some kind of disease in her mouth, from
you got shit disease, bro, in your mouth.
And
poo in your mouth.
And there's one last thing on this with the mismanagement and everything, because back in '94, a lot of the 300,000 people, however many people were there, got in for free because they were able to break the fences and just get in for free. So that's in Woodstock 99, the corporations, the people who were running it, were so obsessed with draining people who were there of all of their money that they basically just locked them into this concentration camp.
See that?
You couldn't get out. It's $6 a bottle of water. You're bathing in shit. There's no shade from the sun. I'm telling you, Woodstock 99 is one of the most fascinating things I've ever seen in my life.
So the moral of the story is they were there to make money, no matter what.
Well, of course, and that's
Come on, man.
And that's the crazy thing, where the original Woodstock '69 was about peace and love and people coming together. This festival about peace and love being held at an abandoned Air Force base, where the corporate entities are trying to squeeze as much money and rob people.
$6 a bottle. $6 a bottle, huh?
It's quite. So I can't suggest watching this Netflix documentary enough, and beyond that, checking out the not just the documentary, but checking out the HBO documentary as well, because I think that one was actually a little bit better. So there you go. That's from this hell we call Earth, the news.
Super Radio Rundown.
Any last words about the shit water or anything, guys? You have anything else to say about that?
No, the shit
All
water.
I can say is I've learned so much about shit water tonight.
I'll never drink iced tea again.
Yeah, you can easily mistake iced tea for shit.
It's cold, tastes good. Yeah, nice taste.
Yeah, it's refreshing, but then there's fecal bacteria.
No, I'll never have that shit again. I'm sorry, dude. I'm done.
It's a rough time. It's a rough time. Okay, so I hope that was information. Did you find that to be educational?
Yes, I'll never drink tea again. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
I feel like we've ruined something for you, though. I feel kind of bad about it, Trent.
No, don't feel bad, man.
Okay.
I can hear it in your voice. Your voice suggests that
I won't eat nothing brown. I'm not eating Twinkies no more, nothing.
Twinkies?
No, not Twinkies. What is it? Double Dogs. There you go.
What is it? Double dogs?
Yeah, Double Dogs.
Devil?
Devil.
Oh.
El Diablo.
Double dog. I thought he was saying double dogs, Trent.
Yeah, me too.
It's the new grill that they put in my mouth. I'm trying to learn how to talk with them.
He's trying to learn how to talk, Trent. That's not good for someone who's on a talk show. Before I go...
Hey, at least he's funnier than you.
Oh, man. It is funny, though, I have to admit. All right, so here we go. Super Radio Rundown, okay? Here we go again.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to see what movies you've seen at theaters, all right? So let's see. Number 1 at the box office over the weekend, Bullet Train starring Brad Pitt.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. That's shocking. Number 2 at the box office, $7 million, DC League of Super Pets.
No.
Oh, okay. That's
right.
Surprising. Top Gun Maverick.
Saw that.
I'm surprised it's jumped back into the top 5 here. Top Gun Maverick. Man, that has staying power. Thor, Love and Thunder.
I saw that.
Oh, and we're going to get a review, and your phone is on as we're doing the show. It's a good job.
My phone's back there, huh?
Yeah, it's back there, but it's on.
I got it down low. What do you want?
Did you hear that,
put
Trent?
it on the floor?
Did you hear his phone?
Yeah, I heard his phone.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
He thought you would have his back.
Use the feature that I use frequently. Do not disturb.
Oh.
Oh.
Do you know how to access your Do Not Disturb on your new iPhone 13 or 12?
Wait. He got a new iPhone 12, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's supposed to open with your face, but it doesn't open. Huh?
Well,
every time RC3 looks at his iPhone 12, the camera breaks. The phone has no idea what to do.
It's hard to keep fixing it too.
I know.
It really is. It's,
like Harmon.
It's expensive. Luckily, I got that insurance plan. So, all right. And Nope at number 5 with $5 million over the weekend. I really want to see that.
Have you seen it? Nope.
And Nope. Exactly. So, Are you up on Only Murders in the Building, starring Martin Short and Steve Martin?
No, but your mother is.
Oh. You should be watching that, man. It's so awesome.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching something else. Making me more depressed.
He's very specific. You hear, he's watching something else, Trent.
Can you dig that?
You know, he did elaborate a little bit by saying that it makes him more depressed. He's probably watching Yankee baseball.
Wow.
Oh, let's put it. It's New York sports.
Trent does have ESPN.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Or giant football.
Man.
Dripping at the mouth, son.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so I only bring it up because Steve Martin, he has a documentary on his career and his life coming to Apple TV. Steve Martin, of course, is starring right now in Only Murders in the Building, which is excellent. Also, the star of such films as The Jerk. Of course, that's about the life and trials of one Trent Ferguson. And I just had to, that one was too easy. So I had to go for it.
I know that you left the door wide open. I was about to say that's about you, isn't it?
Yeah, I knew it. I had to beat you too.
I know, that's fine.
Yeah. I need the drums. I needed the drums here.
Bang.
Let's see. The Jerk, Roxanne, Parenthood. Parenthood was really good. L.A. Story, Father of the Bride.
He was in Two Brains too.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I'm serious.
What's
the matter with you, man?
I've never heard of Two Brains. You ever heard of Two Brains, Trent?
Yeah, I believe it's.
Well, I haven't. Do you have two brains?
No,
I wish. That would be amazing.
I wish I had one, man.
Yeah, I mean, I thought The Jerk was great, but probably my favorite was Father of the Bride.
Father of the Bride.
Right. Oh, no, I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of Princess
Rich,
Bride.
I just got a notification. I just got a notification.
Yeah.
The jerk store called and they're running out of you.
Oh. Did you hear that one? What did you think? That was pretty good.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Parenthood was the one that was really good.
Oh,
those were the two that I thought I really liked. But anyway, Steve Martin's awesome. He's also a great musician. He's like a world-class banjo player. Steve Martin, you ever see him play the banjo?
Oh no, he plays banjo very good.
Yeah, he's pretty amazing. Yeah, he's amazing talent. So anyway, look out for that documentary on coming to Apple TV on Steve Martin's life, and check out Only Murders in the Building if you haven't watched it yet, because it's really awesome as well. Also starring Martin Short and Selena Gomez. A couple more documentaries coming out on Netflix. Also Untold Volume 2, which is basically about a bunch of different athletes that have broke news these past couple of years. One of them, Monte Teo, you remember that guy? He had the fake girlfriend. Yeah. You know, there's going to be a whole episode on him and his girlfriend that didn't exist. And Caitlyn Jenner, you know about her. She was once a world-class Olympic athlete. Let's see, what else?
Don't we have the doll somewhere?
Yeah, we do have, what was it, Kris Jenner, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
No, Bruce Jenner.
Bruce Jenner, right.
Yeah.
When he was Bruce Jenner, we got an old figure from when he was a big Olympic star. So that's coming August 16th to Netflix. A bunch of different newsmakers in sports. Each episode will focus on them. This is pretty interesting. You ever heard of John McAfee, Trent?
No.
You ever heard of McAfee Security?
Yeah, maybe.
That's like on your computer.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah.
So, a lot of us haven't put much thought into our antivirus software, but you'd be surprised to learn that the mind behind the well-known security program McAfee, Running with the Devil, is the name of this. The devil. This guy's protecting your computer. This is the name of his documentary, Running with the Devil, The Wild World of John McAfee, is all about his misadventures, which they say is on par with Tiger King. You ever saw Tiger King, Trent?
Tiger King.
Yeah, that was another big-time documentary last year that everybody in the country saw except you and my dad.
Except this guy.
And it was actually pretty amazing. But they're comparing it to Tiger King. It says when his neighbor was murdered, for example, McAfee went on the lam and brought an entire filming crew with him. Other parts of his checkered history include making a failed bid for president, claiming to have hacked the world, Wow, that's quite an accomplishment to hack the world. And escaping from prison several times. This is the dude whose name is on your computer security.
Is this guy Houdini? What is
in fact, even his mysterious death in prison has invited much speculation. So that's also in the documentary coming to Netflix on August 24th.
Wow.
Very interesting stuff there. Katrina Babies coming to HBO also on August 24th. You remember Hurricane Katrina back in 2004.
Yes.
Follows a lot of people who were born that year and had to grow up in New Orleans after that disaster. So that's coming out on the 24th as well on HBO. That's some pretty good stuff.
Oh, okay.
What do you think? Do you think that's good?
It's all right.
It's all right. It's cool. Yeah.
I can tell that you guys won't be watching these.
I'm going to go see She-Hulk. That looks like it's going to be good, right?
Yeah, She-Hulk. That's out now on Disney Plus, and we'll definitely have some reviews on our YouTube page coming up soon, and we'll be all over it for you as well. I haven't seen the first episode yet, but I'm looking forward to it big time. The story of Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk, attorney at law. Man, oh man. You know what She-Hulk reminds me of?
Video game.
What? This guy...
Video games.
He's reading my mind. Get out of my head. Video game, yeah. Video game. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Somebody's excited. Somebody's really excited. What do you want me to say? It's an exciting time.
You just can't hide it.
Yeah, obviously.
You're about to lose
Can't
control.
hide it.
Speaking
You're
of
about to lose
Disney,
control, baby.
Disney's set to premiere their video game showcase during
Whoa.
D23. I know you're pumped up about D23. What do you have to say about D23? Tell me something.
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Oh, I thought you were looking forward to that. Boy, I'm misreading the room here. Disney's upcoming D23 event will feature a showcase of its various video games in development. Yes. Disney's press release for the D23 Games Showcase confirms, you're going to like this, that Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, is in development. Oh yes.
I'm so excited, man.
And the recently delayed Marvel's Midnight Suns will be featured during the presentation as well.
It's the Midnight Sons of Guns.
Yes, Midnight Sons of Guns.
That says your guns, you know.
No, that's a game that's actually featuring some Marvel characters. It looks pretty good. I'm actually looking forward to that one. And it's written actually by Uncharted writer Amy Hennig. So. And I know you've played the Uncharted games.
You got to bring that game back.
Those games are masterful. The one thing that Uncharted was able to do really was able to combine gameplay and a cinema feel, because it feels like you're watching a movie but you're playing a game. And it just so happens that this new Marvel game, Marvel's Midnight Suns, will be written by the same writer that wrote Uncharted. So we're looking forward to that. Also, there will be a teaser for another game called Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora.
Oh my God, Avatar!
So
your
Avatar.
uncle probably would love that.
Oh my goodness! He was my uncle John Trent. I don't know if you know about Avatar, but it's a movie about big blue people on another planet that have tails.
Oh yeah.
And my uncle was very attracted to the blue women. So it's awesome.
I gotta get that costume for one of my girlfriends.
Yeah, but my uncle, I'll say he's from a different time, Trent. So a lot of what he says wouldn't play well in today's world. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
He's not a very respectful person. Not like you and me. So.
Me for
Wait
sure.
a
I
minute.
don't know about you, but
He didn't even mention me.
Oh well, you're also from another time.
No,
so.
I don't know. Yo, when are you gonna get me out of here?
He's starting to get uncomfortable, Trent, with that straight jacket that he has no use for his hands right now.
That's right, man. I got an itch. You want to pay? I got.
I'll get that for you. Hold on. Let me get that for you. But there you go. What else do we have here? This is pretty cool. There's an Australian-made video game that's really kicking butt right now. It's called Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb. And in Cult of the Lamb, the player character is an adorable but possessed lamb.
But Did you just say butt?
What is this, Beavis and Butthead? Yes, I said butt. This lamb has its life saved by an ominous deity. And as repayment, they must form a cult to appease the deity, growing its following by launching crusades, collecting resources, and venturing out into the game's 5 regions to defeat rival cults. This sounds like the most ridiculous game in the history of games, but it is a big-time success right now. It reached... Cult. A cult.
A cult.
I
guess that's a horse.
Yeah. Since its global launch this past Friday, the game reached number 1 on the U.S. Switch store. And, of course, Switch is Nintendo, so that's huge. Main outlet for Nintendo games. And it's also on the PC gaming platform Steam. Cult of the Lamb has seen hundreds of thousands of downloads. And this is from an indie game developer, so that's pretty exciting for them. I think that's cool.
Remember the Indiana Jones game? How come they didn't bring that back?
The Indiana Jones game? I mean, you're talking about a million years ago.
Like PlayStation 1 or something.
But, it just comes down to sometimes it costs a lot of money to make a game based on a franchise. So if the deal's not right, you know what you do if you're Sony? You go out and you make Uncharted, based on the same idea of an archaeologist, adventurer. Just don't use... the Indiana Jones franchise.
Oh, okay. So they should make more Uncharted.
You
I don't
can't.
know what they're waiting for.
This Steven Spielberg property, the whole thing, George Lucas, Indiana Jones. They're like, well, you know what? Instead of paying all the money for those rights, let's just create Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Let's create Nathan Drake Uncharted. Same idea as Indiana Jones, but we can make a game cheaper if we just create our own thing, which is worked out really well because everybody knows Uncharted, one of the greatest game franchises of all time. And by the way, Tomb Raider's not too shabby.
Yeah, I think we were playing that at the same time,
right?
Yeah,
Tomb Raider's fantastic. So I love those games. But sometimes the indie developers, like here, they find a winner. And we've seen a lot of that lately. Stray Cat a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about that. That's a huge game that people are enjoying right now. That's not necessarily in the mainstream, and of course, Cult of the Lamb has been a big-time game since Friday. And there's a team I know that's on the Lamb. Is that how you would say it?
Yes.
Dead on Arrival.
Oh, on the ledge?
It has me on the ledge. It has me on the ledge. So.
Oh, so Yankees.
Trent knows what we're talking about here. Trent's going to make fun of you. I just want to prepare you. Yeah, it's hard for me to get excited about sports. It's sad. It's not a good time for Yankee fans, for Jet fans, for Giant fans.
For any New York fan.
Well, pretty good for Met fans right now.
It's a great time for Buccaneer fans.
Is this thing working over here?
Well, we'll see. You got an 88-year-old quarterback. We'll see how that goes.
He's almost as old as you.
Yeah. All right. The floor is yours, Trent. It is our sports segment. Take it where you want to take it.
Yeah, I do. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to take it with the New York Yankees. I'm going to start with the New York
Yankees. See, last
Yankees.
week it wasn't such a great week for the Rays. And remember last time, I don't want to talk baseball. But now all of a sudden this week he wants to talk baseball.
Yes, I do, because what a difference a week makes in baseball.
It's been more than a week for the Yankees, but
you want to get cured, play the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean everybody's beating the Yankees right now, for sure.
So right now, speaking of beating the Yankees, the Tampa Bay Rays ended up last weekend playing the Baltimore Orioles. They ended up taking 2 out of 3. They finally won the season series against Baltimore. Of course, they went 18-1 against them last year. Did they go 18-1 against them this year? Not even close. They just barely snuck by the Orioles and winning the season series 10-9. But that was very important because Baltimore is playing so well right now. And who knows if there were to be a scenario where Tampa Bay and Baltimore would be tied at the end of the season. Tampa Bay did ensure that they had the tiebreaker right now for the American League wild card. So I'm just saying we're in the middle of August, but still you just never know at this point. So the Rays did take advantage of that. They're getting guys healthy. Harold Ramirez, who was dealing with a wrist injury, he was active. He was activated from the injured list and has been in the lineup since, I think, Tuesday against the Yankees, I believe. Yeah, he was in the lineup Tuesday against New York. So Ramirez is back. Wander Franco is coming back. Manuel Margot could be activated at the same time as Wander Franco on Saturday. So we're getting guys back. And pitching wise, we're getting close to getting maybe JT Chagua back and a couple of other these relievers and things like that. But look, the Rays are playing well right now. Randy Arozarena hit another 3-run home run the other night against the New York Yankees. Against Nestor Cortez, who has been, fairly consistent this year, just not the other night. They touched him up. Otherwise, besides
I wouldn't
the first
say that.
inning,
I'll stop you there. I mean, he gave up a 3-run home run,
Yeah,
but
that was
three runs in the 6 innings, whatever he pitched. The problem with the Yankees is they're not hitting right now.
They're not hitting at all.
I mean, you got a pretty solid performance from Nestor Cortez there. I wouldn't say he got touched up. He pitched a good game. But when you score, I think it's now 3 runs in 36 innings since Sunday. With the Red Sox, they got shut out 2 times in 3 days. Once again, and I mean, this is not against great pitching.
No,
they get shut out against
Judge
Yarborough.
has no protection.
Judge right now, you're just not fearing anyone else in that lineup. You got a guy like Donaldson hitting 218, whatever it is.
That guy can't hit off a tee.
Finally tonight they took him out of that protection spot. But I think he's still batting 5th tonight. But the one bright spot, if you look at the Yankees right now, is the fact that they've actually pitched pretty well during this stretch where they've been horrible. It has not been, and the pitching was failing them leading up to what's been a complete collapse here. But now all of a sudden during this collapse, you're seeing great starts from Cole. You're seeing, a solid start from Cortez the other day. You're seeing Herman pitch well. You're seeing a lot of these guys get out there and pitch good enough to win.
The offense is killing them.
Especially for a team that up to July was averaging close to 6 runs a game or over 6 runs a game. So, Nestor Cortez goes out there, pitches 6 innings, 3-run ball. If you're the Yankees first half of the season, that's a W. Right now, if you give up 1 run, you feel like the game's over.
Game's over.
You
think they're going to make the playoffs?
Yeah, right now you're like, are the Yankees even going to make the playoffs right
now?
Well,
I don't know. The last wild card, maybe?
Well,
maybe not.
The Yankees aren't even going to make the wild card. But you look at it right now, that lead has finally, after all this time, reached single digits. I think the Rays at this point are 9 games back. And then you got Toronto right behind them. So, and there's still a month and a half left in the season.
Wow.
So
it could be them and the Rays in September.
Yeah, the Yankees back in '78, this was the scenario when they came back on the Red Sox and had that big time run. So this is not an insurmountable lead. You can't look at that division. As Trent said, the Rays are getting people back. They have 3 big time guys in their lineup that aren't playing. They're getting pitchers back. So and they're winning. Even they're beating the Yankees right now. So you're in a scenario where you can't look at a 9-game lead with a month and a half left and say, "Oh, that's insurmountable." That could go away in a couple of weeks if you don't win any. It's one thing if you're actually, winning a couple of games. The Yankees aren't winning any games.
They ain't winning anything.
Any games.
Nobody's hitting.
I think they've lost 12 of 14 at this point, and it's pretty incredible. I've never seen a team play as well as they did. And then play as bad as they're playing now. Because it's one thing to say, "Oh, we're losing series," and we're not. They're not winning games. They're not just losing series. They're not winning games.
But now you're thinking of Stanton. Is he going to come back?
Stanton. That's where you get to this point.
Yeah, that's
maybe they were hedging their bets too much because you make a trade for a guy in Bader who's injured because you think
not even playing.
Well, we got
genius, man.
Well, you make that trade because you feel like we have a big enough lead to where we can wait for him to get healthy.
Obviously,
we can wait for Stanton to come back. Let's not worry too much about the Carpenter injury. He'll be back by the end of September. Be ready for the playoffs. Oh, LeMahieu goes down. He's day to day. We don't have to rush him back. We have such a big lead. But at what point do you start to worry? That's the bill of goods.
Right now. I said it after your All-Star game. I says, watch these guys, man. Let's see what happens. All of a sudden, these guys started falling down like bricks, man.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that the Yankees didn't deal with the first half of the season. They were very healthy, and LeMahieu, who was one of the hottest hitters in baseball, is out of the lineup. Stanton was having a great year before he got hurt. And he's, the lineup's just not the same lineup without Stanton protecting
Judge.
Protecting Judge. You got to have Stanton in there. And there is just a team-wide slump right now where, I really think if we put you out there to pitch against the Yankees, they would score 1 run tonight.
Yankees? Me?
Yeah, you could shut them down.
Oh yeah, throw a couple of balls at them at the same time.
You got a pretty good knuckleball.
Yeah, well,
you get that up to the plate.
Those days are over, son.
You might have to move in a little bit.
Probably my arm. The ball will follow my arm. Or my
you might have to your arm will fall.
We'll follow the ball on the way in.
But it's and who would have thought in this year where you were actually in July talking about this team as if they were the 98 Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
To now talking about,
114 games.
Yeah. Let's. How many games can they win?
Yankees.
Are they even going to win 100 games now?
66 home runs. Get out of here. What's the matter with these guys?
It's pretty incredible. So it is baseball, peaks and valleys, the whole thing. They're in a really down period right now. And I think the old cliche is right when you say that a team is never as good as they look when they're going well.
That's right.
And they're never as bad as they look when they're doing poorly. So I don't think the Yankees are this bad, but you really got to seriously take a look at this team if you're a Yankee fan and say, does this team have what it takes to win a World Series?
Right now, it don't look like it.
It's hard. There's so many good teams out there right now. You look at the Mets with Scherzer and DeGrom and the way that lineup battles. And I'm, just looking at the landscape of MLB right now, for my money, the Mets are the best team in baseball. If you could throw those two pitchers out there, there's not one team in the entire sport that can compete with that. So that's a scary thing. The Yankees, even when they were going well, couldn't beat Houston.
They can't beat good pitchers for some reason.
So they can't beat any pitchers right now. But that's definitely a concern. Now, one of my major complaints was you get these injuries, and you keep when Gallo was here, you kept pushing him out there.
Yes.
You keep throwing Aaron Hicks out there. It's like banging your head up against the wall. You keep throwing Donaldson out there. Meanwhile, you see a lot of these other teams, whether it's the Rays or any team in Major League Baseball, when they have injuries,
they bring these kids up.
They bring young guys up who really want to play well because they want to create a career for themselves, and youth brings energy into the clubhouse. And meanwhile, if you're the Yankees, you're running Hicks out there over and over.
Yeah, but now we got two kids playing tonight.
But today, pretty interesting. They finally bring up Esteban Florial because you've been wondering for years, why is Aaron Hicks really keeping Florial in AAA? Because all we heard for years now is how the guy's going to be a star, next center fielder for the Yankees, this and that, blah, blah, blah. The guy can never get up to the big club. Why? Because Aaron Hicks is here? Because Joey Gallo is here?
Oh, my God, what a nightmare.
But finally, Florial's in the lineup tonight. They have this other kid in the lineup.
They just struck out.
Oswaldo Cabrera. But it's a good thing to at least bring the young people up. Maybe it could give some youthful energy to the lineup and make something happen. But I can't, and I've been a Yankee fan for a long time, it's hard to and last year the Yankees were unwatchable.
Oh,
but
my God.
It's hard to think of a worse stretch in the history of the team that I've seen.
I've never seen this before.
I've never seen them this bad. This is unprecedented, especially the way they started.
I've been on this planet no, I'm not going to tell you. Go ahead.
But this is the worst stretch of baseball I've ever seen this franchise have, and I'll and it's even worse considering how well they were playing. And I'll say this, a lot of Yankee fans. This is the last thing I'll say about it. A lot of Yankee fans came into the season complaining about Cashman, didn't make any moves. How's that Donaldson move looking right now with Minnesota?
It's looking beautiful.
How great is that 7-year deal with Aaron Hicks, $100 million deal looking right now for a Mr. Brian Cashman? You can how great is that midseason trade last year for Joey Gallo? Looking for everybody was Brian Cashman when the Yankees started winning this year. We'll see what happens, but it could have all been a mirage. All right, this team has issues.
I think it is a mirage.
So I'm going to say this: if this collapse is completed. And to me, the way they started the season, it's World Series or bust. If this team doesn't make the World Series, it is a complete, absolute failure.
Waste. What a waste.
And not to mention, if somehow they win 2 games the rest of the year and score 1 to 0 runs a game for the rest of the year, miss out on the playoffs, the ultimate collapse, the Rays come back, get the division, Yankees don't. If you have that kind of collapse,
God, that'll be a nightmare.
But who knows? But to me, if they don't make the World Series, Cashman and Boone need to be gone. Let alone if there's a collapse like this and they don't make the playoffs.
They need to be gone because my second team is called the Lightning. That'll be horrible.
You're a Tampa Bay Lightning fan?
Not me, man. The manager.
Oh, your second. You're the manager of your other team is a Lightning fan?
Oh, that's why the name of the team is the Lightning.
Why are you bringing that up right now?
Because you said lightning, dude.
What? Did I say lightning, Trent?
Did he say lightning?
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, no. I never said light. I'm wondering where the voices in your head
my
are.
God. Somebody help me.
So, but anyway, so after this, let me switch gears here to the NFL.
Here we go.
The preseason, of course, somebody I want to bring up is one Tom Brady, and we had this debate last week on Out of Sight Sports. Of course, this news broke after Super Radio Brothers dropped last week. It was announced on Thursday that Brady was taking a little bit of time off from practice, whether it's dealing with some personal issues or going, on a vacation. I don't know if it'd be a vacation or not, but I mean, who knows? All we knew it was some personal business, according to Coach Todd Bowles and the rest of the Buccaneer coaching staff. People are saying that it's nerve-wracking that Tom Brady isn't going to play because he's got to work with 2 new guards and a new center at the offensive line. Of course, Alex Kappa got traded to Cincinnati, and Ali Marpet is no longer in the NFL. He's retired. So, and then, of course, a new center, Robert Hainsey, because it looks like Ryan Jensen's going to be out for an extended period of time. So that's my concern, building the chemistry of this football team. Who knows what can happen, but people are making a big deal about, Tom Brady's out till Saturday. He's not going to be here until, but look, here's my opinion. Tom Brady has played for over 20 years in the league. Does he really need to play in the preseason? Absolutely not. He's got 2 or 3. He's coming back after the Tennessee game this Saturday. So he'll be on staff when they play the Indianapolis Colts. Now, will he play in that game? That remains to be seen. My guess is probably not. So my thing is, people are making a big deal about Tom Brady, not having enough time to prepare, and this will affect his on-field of playing. I truly believe that this won't affect it at all because he doesn't even need the preseason.
Well, we'll see. But I remember last year, the stars of the Brooklyn Nets, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, saying, "We don't even need a head coach. Just hire anybody." And they hired Steve Nash, and guess what happened? They got swept in the first round, and now that crybaby Durant is saying, "Oh, if you don't fire the Steve Nash and the general manager, well, I'm doubly not going to play." Because he already requested a trade. So now for some reason he's throwing out.
He doubled that?
Yeah, he doubled up on it. He's like, well, before I requested a trade, well, now I'm saying I won't play unless you fire Steve Nash. There you go. And I love the Joseph Tsai, the owner of the Nets. He came out and said, my coaching staff and management have my complete support, and we're going to do what's right for the Brooklyn Nets. I really hope the Nets don't trade Durant and force his hand. Go ahead, don't play.
Yeah,
retire,
right.
Dude. And I just bring that up because sometimes you say things like that. Well, you don't need a head coach, right? Or if you're Tom Brady, like that almost sounds like Allen Iverson too. Remember Allen?
Yeah.
Practice.
I don't need no practice. What's that?
Now, to be fair, if anyone has the right to say something like that, it's a dude who has 7 Super Bowl rings, right?
Okay, yes.
So if he had 7 World Series rings on top of the 7 Super Bowl rings, then
it'd be amazing.
Yeah, and he already is. But you look at the situation. Maybe early in the season, it could hurt them a little bit. Maybe they're a little off. Timing's off with the receivers. He doesn't have that safety net in Gronkowski early in the year, and maybe it'll take a week or two for the Buccaneer offense to find some flow.
And 2 new offensive linemen, they're going to murder him.
Well, you never know. It could, it's I don't think the backup quarterback position for the Buccaneers is an area of strength right now, is it, Trent? Trent left, maybe.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, I missed. I did not hear you. Sorry,
at least you didn't flush.
He listens to. He listens to every word I say.
What was that? What was the last question?
How is the Buccaneers' backup quarterback situation?
Well, the Buccaneers' backup quarterback situation, they have Blaine Gabbert. You know him. He's the former Jacksonville Jaguar.
Oh.
And, of course, they got Kyle Trask, the former Florida Gator. He did play in a little bit in the preseason. He looked okay, though it was against the Dolphins' backups. He did throw a couple of touchdown passes. Blaine Gabbert also threw a touchdown in their 26-24 meaningless loss to the Miami Dolphins this past Saturday night. And then they have Ryan Griffin, who has never taken a regular season snap. All of his playing time has been in the preseason. So, in all honesty, do I think any of these 3 quarterbacks can carry the Buccaneers if Brady, happens to get injured? No, I don't. I think their backup quarterback situation is. I think they're in trouble. So Tom is the franchise right now.
Oh, TB12, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay Bradoneers.
So you better hope he don't go down, man.
See, Trent was impressed by that because you've heard Tampa Bay before, but no one ever created Bradoneers. I just made that up.
That's true.
That was good.
Guy's a genius, man.
So I make the shirts, Trent. So I make the shirts. We're gonna make some money here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go.
Tampa Bay Bradoneers.
No, I ain't wearing that.
Well, they would probably suck if they were the Bradoneers and he wasn't just playing quarterback.
I don't care.
If you had Brady at running back, Brady at wide receiver. Remember Bugs Bunny?
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny at first, Bugs Bunny at second, Bugs Bunny at shortstop, Bugs Bunny at third base.
That was Popeye, too. He was all 9 guys on the field.
I mean, speaking of disappointment, I was preaching hope last week in respect to the New York Jets and the idea of having a young quarterback and the growth you're expecting and the big first round in the draft that the Jets had. And how does the preseason start for the Jets? Well, first you come out there and Zach Wilson throws an interception. Oh, wow, look at this. We saw this last year. Second series, knee injury, done.
Done.
I mean,
hey, Zach Wilson could be back by week 1 or 2.
Yeah, and when it happened, all the talk was that it's an MCL tear. He's done for the year. And if you're a Jet fan, of course you think that's the case. We've seen it before. And maybe the best example of that is, I'll never forget, 98, the Jets had one of the best seasons that I ever saw, where you had Vinny Testaverde at quarterback, of course, Curtis Martin, all these guys, and the Yankees are getting beat down again by the Rays. I mean, this is something incredible. But you have all these guys.
This is beautiful.
And Trent's loving it. The 98 Jets go to the AFC Championship game against the Denver Broncos. They lose. But you think coming back in 99, oh, man, we're building something here. We're going to come back. We got a guy in Testaverde who had a career year last year. It's our time for the Jets to make a run here. And first game of the season, what happens?
Oh, that was
Vinny Testaverde ruptures his Achilles.
That was
done for the year. And what was supposed to be one of the great seasons in Jets history became one of the worst seasons
I remember that.
in Jets history. So it's something that we're used to. So, of course, Zach Wilson goes down with the knee, and you're thinking, oh, he's done for the year, possibly career over. But I will say this, even with the, if you want to call it good news, that it's just a PCL, and he's only going to be out 2 to 4 weeks and possibly could be back by week 1, week 2. But as a Jet fan, now you have to watch your 23-year-old quarterback play with a brace on his knee. That's not good. Is that what? That's a bad sign.
That's a Debbie Downer.
Okay, we get him back, but he's not as mobile as you were hoping he would be. He got to play with a brace on his knee. And not to mention that he had a knee injury last year, and it's looking like, oh, this is something that's going to be an issue because 2 years in a row we're dealing with knee injuries with this guy. So that hope, Trent, that I was preaching last week for the New York Jets lasted all of not even a week. It's all gone.
It's out the
Less
window.
than 2 days
Out
after
the
we did
window.
this show.
And I will say, and with all that, General Manager Joe Douglas, he said, you wonder, well, what's I think last week you said, Trent, you said, well, the Jets should be happy if they win 5 or 6 games, and I said, well, no, I'm hoping for 8 wins. I'm hoping for 9 wins.
I'm hoping for 6 wins.
That's my thought right now. And Jets General Manager Joe Douglas, what he actually said was, our goal this year is to be playing meaningful football games in December. How does that look right now?
Nah, that doesn't look good, man.
So there you go,
Meaningful
Trent.
football. They may be playing meaningful football in terms of the draft for 2023. But
And here you go. Yankees down 3-0 to the Rays, and the game's over.
It's over.
The game's over. So
Trent's laughing over there.
oh, I'm proud. I'm proud, man.
I mean,
this
but
makes my
think about
day.
this: as bad as Trent is proud to be 8 games out of first place. So
Yeah, that's
we
great,
could say
man.
that today. Yeah, that's something to be proud of. But it's the horror show continues in the
That's
Bronx.
right, man. You're trying to get up that ladder, right? Yeah. But we're gonna put grease.
I'm proud. I'm happy. We're 8 games out.
Yankees suck, man.
I'll be sitting on my couch and watching the Rays game.
There you go. Well, that's wait. Transition.
It's time to sit down and unwind and listen to the Couch Report.
See, I'm pretty good at this radio thing.
Yeah.
That's scary, man.
That guy's a pro. You see, that's the difference. What we try to do on the show is show you the difference between a seasoned professional and an amateur. Trent was ready for that transition. He knocked it out of the park.
Okay.
And Super Radio Father
are an amateur.
No, Super Radio Father, he came on the show saying he's trying to learn how to speak. So
That's
this is
right,
a big difference.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you could have been there. Come on, huh?
He's like, well, I was in speech therapy.
Yeah, so you guys can
Speaking
write
class.
in, You want to teach me how to talk here, please.
Yeah, but anyway, there you go. Couch Report. I'll go to you first, Super Radio Father,
No.
and your Thor: Love and Thunder movie review. I'm pretty pumped up to hear what you have to say about Thor: Love and Thunder.
Was not very happy.
It made you upset.
Yes, I was very upset.
Why?
Especially the rock guy. All he's walking around with his face and he's still talking.
Oh. You didn't like that?
No, I didn't like that.
Oh.
And Thor's costume was different colors. It wasn't blue.
These are the things that upset you about the movie.
Storyline was not good.
Okay, all right, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, was not good at all. Sorry. Okay. And
what was it about the story you didn't like?
all of a sudden, the She-Thor had the
She-Thor.
had the mighty magenta, right?
Magenta.
Is that
Mjolnir.
Miona?
Yeah, that's
What?
good enough.
Oh, that was his name?
Yeah, the hammer's name.
Oh, the hammer's name.
Yeah.
Ah.
The magic, mystical Uru mallet.
Umu Mallet. Mighty magenta.
It's a Mighty Magenta. Okay, we'll go with that. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
Mighty Magenta.
Yes. It's crazy that she passed away because of cancer, right? But the hammer.
I didn't say. Wait. I gotta get the spoiler side. Yeah, well, okay.
Didn't like the storyline.
Mhm,
Sorry,
mhm.
wasn't enough action. Okay, and
Not into it.
Kristen Bale, like
Yeah.
he's a good actor, and
It was a waste in the role
yeah, it
of
was
Gore
a
the
waste.
God
It
Butcher.
was a waste. So yeah, they got to come up with something better.
Yeah. So there you go. You didn't like it. Thumbs way down.
Way down, son.
Thor: Love and Thunder. I didn't hate it as much as you did. I thought it was actually pretty funny. Positive aspects of it. I enjoyed the beginning with Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought there were some funny scenes there.
You see my Thor figure? I got a big one.
Oh
And
yeah.
I put him in the closet. I can't look at him no more.
Yeah. You can't look at the Thor doll. It's
Yeah.
too upsetting because you didn't like the movie.
No, I didn't like it, man.
All right. I said it before. I thought it was bad simply because the source material for the Gore the God Butcher story arc is so brilliant. Jason Aaron is amazing. It's one of the best things I've ever read in comics, and it's not the story is not a joke like that. It's a little more serious, and I think they could have found a way to balance what they're trying to build as far as Thor being a little more lightheaded and being more of a comedy. That's what they've developed over the last two films. But I think when you bring a story arc out like this about Gore the God Butcher who wants to kill all the gods in the universe, there needs to be a little more balance because you get a great actor like Christian Bale to play Gore the God Butcher, and you rob the audience of a chance of having a great performance because you make the movie too silly.
And he's a good actor, that guy. You kidding?
Yeah, it was a big time miss. I agree with you. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
What else you got going on? And by the way, if you didn't see my Thor video,
I
the
saw your Thor
Brothers
video. Yeah, I told you it was flying.
check it out on YouTube right there. You'll get the full review on
You got a
YouTube.
string on your back, right?
No, it's a
Flying
string.
over the
no,
tree.
I can really
You're
fly.
flying
yeah.
over the shed.
No, I do that
Oh, that
every
was
day.
you?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
can
great,
fly.
man.
That's
That's
what I
great,
do.
man.
Yeah.
That's great.
I float. It's more floating than flying. But
And I've been watching the Coliseum.
okay.
On HBO.
Is that that's History Channel?
It's
isn't
a
it?
history
Yeah.
channel, and it's about like professors talking about what happened.
Yeah, during
those days.
the Coliseum.
I mean, they show one episode, the guy was cut wide open. He says, "Well, I'm going to pull this thing out." He sticks a knife in there. I'm going, "Oh, Jesus."
Yeah, no, it really goes from the beginning. I think it's Emperor Vespasian and his son Titus who open up the Colosseum in 89 A.D. Actually, Vespasian didn't live long
And then
enough.
they made the downstairs for
yeah,
it to come up and stuff like that.
the subterranean
yeah.
level.
That was some crazy stuff.
And I saw the first episode, and I really dig what History Channel does sometimes. This is kind of something new that they've created. Well, maybe not that new, where they'll take they'll try to make a documentary more exciting by making it half documentary and half dramatic, right? Because there are actors and action scenes and graphics. So it's a mixture between professors teaching you about what was going on, but also there's a lot of great stuff to look at.
Yeah, they did a good job with Teddy Roosevelt, and the Civil War.
Yeah, that's kind of their thing now. They're like, okay, people found us to be extremely boring, and the History Channel went way too far one way at one point. At one point, they were all reality TV shows, right? They had the Pawn Stars, and everybody trying to sell something, right? It was this selling that, and another reality show.
Unexplained now with William Shatner and all those guys.
So. They said that was their first reaction to it. Documentaries are too boring. Nobody's watching. But I like this a little more where they're saying, well, let's still give you documentaries, but also add some drama and actors and some production level to it.
So now you know what I'm saying.
So, I checked it out simply because you said that this was on. I didn't even know about it, and I did watch the first episode, and I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, all the narrators what is it?
Now I can't say it now.
Narrators. These damn
Hey, Mr. Professional, can you pronounce that word for us?
Nope.
Narrators.
All right, next Victor.
Narrators.
Yeah, well, the guys that talk about it are great, man.
Okay, so they're good. What? Anything else you got going on?
No, man, just getting ready for softball season in a couple of weeks.
Right.
So working on things, working.
All right, getting ready. Got putting in that hard work, so you're hitting those softballs,
That's
making
right,
solid
man.
contact.
Just hope I make it to first sometimes. Nah.
Well, that's the goal. You got to get to first, and then you could work from there.
Yeah.
Who's on first? I don't know. Who's on second?
I
What's
don't know.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they're gonna put me on third this year.
You don't like to play third, though.
That's all right, but I found out that my dad, your grandfather, was a third baseman. So.
Oh, I like to play third base as well.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right, Trent, what you got on the couch report?
Well, I'm in the process of working with my Sirius XM, and I like it. But the thing is, there's only one problem with it.
It's not working.
The room. Well, it works. it works. But the room that I would like to place it in, the signal does not come through.
Oh.
So I am in the process right now of. So I have it actually set up on my back porch, on a friend of mine's porch. On the front porch there at her house, actually, I have it set up. And so I'm able to listen to it, and which is great. It's fantastic. I think it's cool. I'm able to hear it, and I'm able to listen and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is, I want it inside the house. That is, I want it in where I sleep, aka my bedroom, so that I can listen to it at night. If I'm listening to a baseball game, I can listen to the baseball game on the radio, without having to sit on my back porch and wake the neighbors up. If,
Damn, turning the baseball
Isn't
again.
there some kind of antenna that could hook up to that thing?
Somebody call the cops.
Yeah. I'm listening to those damn Rays.
I can't take it. Yankees
those
suck.
those Rays just won't quit winning, will they?
Somebody call the cops. Oh, and Yankees suck.
So no, or football on the radio. I'd like to listen to that. I'd like to listen to the games during the season and while they're happening, instead of listen to them in real time as it is. So we're working on getting the antenna mounted on the outside of the house, so that I can just point it south and put the radio anywhere in my house. So I'm hoping to get the antenna mounted, pointed south, try to get it mounted outside, because if you're listening to Sirius satellite radio, if you have an actual radio, you have to point the antenna to the southern sky in order for the satellite to pick it up. Well, my room, unfortunately, is on the opposite side of the house.
Oh,
so I'm getting that all situated. But hey, it'll work. The good side is I'm able to sit on my porch during the day and listen to some great music, listen to some sports and everything. So I am getting a lot out of my Sirius XM, reviving something of old. Because I really enjoy it. Otherwise, going to have a little barbecue this weekend. We're going to have some friends over. Going to really looking forward to that. Going to have some ribs and some chicken, and who knows what all we're going to eat. But it's going to be fantastic. Looking forward to having some good barbecue over the weekend. And as far as my couch report, just a lot of sports watching, getting ready for football season, and that's it in a nutshell.
Awesome. As for me, I think now I'm not a sports fan anymore. I think I'm giving up on sports. There's too much pain.
I'm gonna go watch Gunsmoke soon as I live here.
There's just too much pain. I can't watch this stuff anymore. I didn't even watch the Yankee game the other night, to be honest with you, because I've been so locked in. I didn't even realize that Better Call Saul was back and it's finished.
Not only that. Walking Dead is over this year, huh?
Yeah. Walking Dead, and I got to look into when the final part of the final season starts there. But yeah, apparently Better Call Saul is over, and I was like, oh, I missed the whole thing. So I've been binging the second half of the final season. And yeah, you finally do get those cameos you were waiting for from Walter White and all the guys at the end there. And it's been fantastic. What a great show. 6 seasons of Better Call Saul. Actually, I believe has lasted longer than Breaking Bad did at this point. And it really has been a great show. I'm kind of, the other night, I was so locked in. I said, am I really going to stop watching this to watch the Yankees right now?
Oh, you have to, man.
Hell no. I'm not watching the Yankees.
You're not watching the Yankees either. Oh, my God.
How do you sit through 4 hours of 2 hits and no
And
runs
then
every night.
munching, and then you want to go throw up after.
Yeah, it makes you want to. I mean, it's every single night. So they're an impossible watch right now. So I made that executive decision the other night to stick with Better Call Saul. I'm actually 1 episode away from the end right now. It's hard for me to put it on the level of Breaking Bad because I don't think I could ever say a spin-off is as good as the original show, and everybody says Breaking Bad's one of the greatest shows of all time. I definitely think that way. I won't put it on that level, but it is great. And Bob Odenkirk as Saul is one of the great television characters of all time. So it's pretty sad to see it go. And man, oh man, this final season has been excellent to watch. So I've been on that. I did get a chance to watch The Sandman, based on the Neil Gaiman Vertigo comic book we talked about on the show here before. That book was such a big hit, was Book of the Year. Then a year later, the people on the board made sure that it was against the rules for a comic book to win the award. So it was pretty big time. As a matter of fact, The Sandman was such a big time comic book that it really helped Vertigo become an important line in comics history. It was really where you went for independent material. If you were trying to get away from the Marvel, DC stuff, you just wanted to read people being creative and coming up with different ideas, which led to Hellblazer and John Constantine being a big part of what Vertigo is. And that book actually became the writer's book, right? Every great writer had to have at least one run on Hellblazer. I mean, everybody from whether it's Warren Ellis, Garth Ennis, Brian Azzarello, all the great writers wrote Hellblazer. And the reason that was able to happen was because of the great success that Sandman had before it. So, and I actually never read Sandman, but I
can sing the song.
The show is actually, I can tell, I'm sure the book is even better, but I can tell why people went crazy over it because it's so good. It's really good. As a matter of fact, I think in 1 week I've gone through 6 or 7 episodes almost through the whole thing.
Binging.
So yeah, it's. I mean, there's no. How can you watch the Yankees right now? Yeah, I can't even watch it. So
it's agony, dude.
So yeah, it's usually every night you're watching the Yankee game. At least they were must-see TV first half of the season. Now you can't even watch it because they're not even competitive.
At least the Little League is on right now for 2 weeks.
Yeah, they're not even competitive. So yeah, been watching that. What else? Complain about the Yankees? Check. Sandman, check. Yeah, that's about everything on my couch report. I'm so happy that I don't have to talk about the Yankees anymore today.
Help me, Jesus.
I need help. Somebody, if you're listening, help. Score a run, will you?
Open the windows. Let's scream. Scream, baby. Scream.
Something stinks, and it's coming from the Bronx.
I thought it was you.
Trent, he stole your thunder. You were supposed to say that.
Yeah, what's the matter with you tonight?
You're a little slow, huh?
Hey, what's the matter for you over there, huh?
Oh, man.
It smells like you.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, I smell like an older version. What?
Yeah, old people sometimes. No, I'm just kidding.
What? I took a bath before I came here, dude.
All right. I didn't.
That's why it smells so bad.
There you go. I knew it. I shouldn't have admitted to that. All right. Here we go. We had a lot of fun tonight. Trent, have a great weekend. Dad, you too?
You too.
You too now.
In the words of Bob Dylan, time is an ocean, but it ends at the shore. The Super Radio Brothers, wait for it, have reached the shore. See ya!
Be safe, everybody.
Go Rays.
Yeah, I know. It's 4-0 now.
Yeah, and they're still 9 games out.
Oh, lucky.
Bye-bye.
Lucky Richie's battery's running down, so we don't have to see it anymore.